Never really made love. Alright. Satellites, never.
What's going on, guys? Rezd here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be bringing you some more World War II content. People have started calling it World at War 2, which is what I originally thought the name was going to be, but hey, yeah. For this video I'm going to have a gameplay in the background. It's pretty nice gameplay, to be honest. It's my first game on the new map. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but it's the new map on the beta. It's the one with the, it's kind of all over the place. I didn't like it at first, but I learned how to play it as a sniper, and it is pretty insane in one of the spawn traps. But the gameplay is a 37:15 sniping gameplay with the Commonwealth and a x4 scope. But that's not what I'm going to be focusing on in this video. But before we get into anything else, I want to say that I think on probably Tuesday or Wednesday after the beta ends, I'm going to be having a highlights montage go up. So it's not necessarily a full-on montage of really insane clips or anything, it's just little highlight clips that I like, they're just kind of fun. I'm just having fun with this beta. I'll get into that when I do my final impressions video. This will be sort of that, but also talking about the future of COD. I'll show you a little clip of that now, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. So what this is going to be is something that I am actually editing. So I've never edited before in this way, and I've been doing it for less than a week now. And I'm pretty much using Velocity in Sony Vegas to do the syncing. I have Magic Bullet looks for the CC. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think Josh is going to be helping me a little bit with that. But I just want to do this for a little bit of fun. I started, I think, probably around Friday or Saturday of last weekend when the beta began, and it's been pretty fun. Obviously I'm not an expert at it, it's difficult, especially using Velocity. It can be a little bit weird in some occasions, and because these aren't really fast-paced clips or anything, syncing it when it's quite slow in between shots is a little difficult to me because I'm not too sure what to do, but I'm learning as I go. It's not going to be an amazing montage or anything, it's just a little side project that I'm doing for a bit of fun, and I'm really enjoying doing it. So that's what that's going to be. That'll be out on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. But for this video I'm going to be talking about basically not my opinion on the beta, but where I think the beta is going to go and how I think COD might be, if that makes sense. I'd also talk a little bit about Sledgehammer and just COD in general. So for the past couple of years, Call of Duty has pretty much been going downhill, and that sort of started with Ghosts. I didn't mind it too much, but no one enjoyed watching it, and everyone got bored of it pretty quickly. From then, it just started going downhill. That was Infinity Ward's game, and then after that, we had Sledgehammer come in with their first Call of Duty as a full project for them, because they've worked on CODs before, but never made one all themselves. I think they had a little bit of help in some areas. That was Advanced Warfare, and that was the first COD with jetpacks. I didn't mind Advanced Warfare, quite a few people didn't mind it. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was different at the time, and I liked the sniping on it, and then they just ruined it by sort of banning trick shotters accidentally because they would jump off the map. It would count them as de-leveling themselves or whatever so they could get into easier lobbies. So that happened, so then trick shotters kind of stopped playing it, and then afterwards they made the kill feed way too fast, such as they have done with the World War II beta, but that then kind of drove snipers away. They did fix both of these things and people did go back to it, but by then it had kind of been ruined. After AW, BO3 came out, and BO3 I liked it first. It wasn't bad for trick shotting, but it got pretty boring really quickly. And the sniping was difficult because it didn't have aim assist. I started getting used to it at the end of BO3, but by that time there wasn't really any point. And then IW came out, and that's shit, so we're going to move on. MW2 is probably considered one of the better CODs released, but Ghosts and IW, they seem to be going downhill every time they release a Call of Duty. So hopefully when they release the next one, it's not crap. But now we're on to World War II, which is developed again by Sledgehammer. I like Sledgehammer as a company. I didn't think they did a bad job on AW at all, especially compared to IW. And they've been pretty responsive with people and, listening to the community of this beta, which is good. Except for the kill feed, obviously. But if they're going to fix that, I don't think it will be in the beta. But for example, Sledgehammer have, for the first week of the beta, or the weekend, they started it a day early. People didn't think they were going to do it again, but they did do it again, and they started it a day early, which is really nice. nice. And then it continues all the way till Monday evening, or at least for me it does. So as a company, I quite like Sledgehammer. They're not bad at all in what they're doing, and they're responsive to the community. But judging from the way people have been receiving this Call of Duty in videos and streaming, as well as playing, I think it's probably going to be pretty decent. And I wasn't going to talk about my opinion on it, but I've been enjoying it, and this is the first time I've actually kind of enjoyed playing COD. Like, because I can play this game alone. I don't need to, like, people to play with to actually somewhat enjoy this. But I can't play any COD alone because it just gets frustrating and boring really quickly. But because this is newer and it's fun to me, I can actually just play it for a little bit, and I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying COD for once, and I can actually snipe on it somewhat. I can't snipe with the regular scope. The sensitivity on this game is a lot lower than the other ones. I snipe on 12, and that is still pretty slow once you're scoped in with a regular scope, which is kind of annoying because it means I can't use the reg scope, because I learned to snipe on BO2, and because of that, I drag scope more than just black scoping, which is somewhat of the sniping style on this game because of the sensitivity. So I've been using the ×4 scope because you can drag scope a little bit more whilst you're zooming in, and it's a little bit easier for me. So that's my main scope. Quite a few people can't even use it, but I guess that's what I'm using. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I'll make a video about things they need to fix, some things that I like, and obviously more of my opinion on it. If you just go on Twitter or anyone's YouTube channels or anything like that play Call of Duty, people have been enjoying it, and a lot of people think this will be finally a year where COD will last at least the year. And depending on how the rest of the game is when it comes out, obviously this is only the beta, but people are enjoying it a lot. But depending on how the game is when it actually comes out, or what the rest of the maps are like, what the replayability is like, if it gets boring fast or not, you know, what issues they fix, what they nerf, all of that, as well as the DLC maps that comes out. And not forgetting zombies, because there is zombies in this game, and it looks pretty interesting. But all depending on that, I do think this COD will last. And I hope it does, because it's not a bad game at all, and it's finally back with boots on the ground. I'm fed up of jetpacks, and I'm sure some of you, if you're watching this far, have probably seen a video on Twitter of that guy jumping into a wall because he thought he had a jetpack, and that was just hilarious. And I've seen people do that in game. I've also seen people, so for example on the map for the trenches, I've seen people standing next to the trenches just hopping up and down like 5 times in a row, trying to jump up onto the trenches because they think they have a jetpack, and it's so funny to look at. I do think COD will last this year. I'm not sure about trick shotting. Again, I'll talk more about that in another video, but trick shotting is just, I personally don't like it. I think it looks awful. It looks clunky and just a bit disgusting. It looks similar to MW3, and I don't like MW3. I much prefer BO2 and stuff like that, for example, because I'm a complex trick shotter. BO2 looks pretty smooth, so BO3 looks somewhat smooth as well. MW2 really isn't very complex, but that game looks quite nice for trick shotting. However, I just don't like the look of trick shotting on this COD because it's boring. Plus there are no kill cams, so unless they add kill cams into Search and Destroy and FFA when it comes out, I don't know what will happen to trick shotting, because so far it's just everyone mid-gaming or going for shots at the end of the game, hitting, and then there's some random double kill as the game winner. So it kind of ruins it. So I don't know if trick shotting will last, but sniping will most definitely last, I hope at least. And then I've not looked into the competitive side of this, but from what I've seen, it's pretty decent. The guns aren't all overpowered like MWR, which is nice. You're not getting one shot and one bursted across the map constantly. There are a few guns that still, you know, destroy you pretty fast. Anyway, this is kind of a random video. I just kind of wanted to make a video on this game. Not too much to talk about, but briefly just going over COD and where I think it will go. And I think this year should be good for COD. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy the game yet though, mainly because I've been getting bored of the beta a little bit quick. I've not been playing it too much, but it is only a beta. There isn't a lot of content. I'm still playing it while I'm leveling up and unlocking new stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure if I want to buy the game yet. I will make that decision. It's a fun COD, I am enjoying it, but there are so many other games coming out, it will just depend at the time, really. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this COD. I'm not sure, I've currently been talking for 12 minutes, so I don't know how much will get cut out or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the beta. It is live, by the way, if you don't know. It did go live early again, as I mentioned earlier. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this earlier on. I wouldn't even be playing the beta if it wasn't thanks to Jack or J. Cole for giving me a code, because he was at Gamescom and he managed to get me a code and send it to me. So big thanks to him for that. Make sure to go check him out in the description and all that. I might just stick this earlier on in the video. I wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't for him, so I really appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
close my